have a project 2 here, which is multiple regression. So click on this project so that we can open it in our Google Colab environment. So this is my project 2, which is on multiple regression. So in this project, I need quite a few libraries. So I need scikit-learn libraries. We know that all machine learning solutions are present in scikit-learn. I also need a data sets, and I will import that dataset from scikit-learn.datasets. So basically in this project too, I am not going to import any data from the folder, but I will generate my own dataset using scikit-learn.dataset. That from scikit-learn.model selection, I need train test split. So basically after generating a dataset, we will split the data into the training set and the testing set. For this splitting, we need scikit-learn.model_selection, and from that we will import train test split. So from scikit-learn.linear model, I will also import linear regression. Then from scikit-learn.metrics, I need metrics so that I can calculate root mean square, mean absolute error, and R square values. Then I need NumPy, pandas, and a matplotlib. Let's click on this cell to import all these important libraries. Now here I am creating a dataset using scikit-learn. So this is a very important step. So I am using datasets.make_regression. So there is a function which is make_regression. It will generate a dataset in order to perform the regression. So this is present in datasets, and you can see that here I have already imported datasets. So what are the inputs which are supplying to this function datasets.make_regression? So I want 1000 samples. So I have passed 1000 samples. So I need 3 features since I am going to perform multiple linear regression. Therefore, I need more than 1 feature. So let's start with 3 features. All the features I need should be informative. That is, there is no repetition in the feature. There is no redundancy in the feature. So all the features should be important. And here I am setting random state is equals to 42. So you can set any value for the random state. So this is a very important step. The reason is that if you want to generate same number of samples every time, you need to set a seed here. That is, you need to set a random state here. The reason is that the function make regression will generate data set or the data samples randomly. So every time you run this function, you will get different samples. So if you want to run, or if you want to get the same number of data samples, you need to set some random state. So here I have set the random state is equals to 42. So what will happen if I remove this? So let's run this. If I remove this random state, so I will comment it out, and I put my parenthesis, I close my parenthesis here. And in order to learn, what we can see that we can reduce the number of samples equals to 5. So here we are going to learn that if we do not pass random state value, what will happen? So let's run the cell. We have run this cell. So data has created. Let's see the data. Add one more code cell, and we can see the data here. So we can see we have 5 samples, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We will discuss the type of a data set later. The first important thing is we can see we have 5 samples and we have 3 features. Now here the random state is not passed as an input. What will happen if I run this again? So if I run this again and I will set the data, you see the first value is 1.47. Let's see. Now this value is changed. Now it is a different value. Let's run this again. So if you run this cell again, and if you see the data again, you will see the different value. So what is happening over here? So basically the function make regression is generating the random samples every time. If we want the same data set every time, we need to pass the random state. Now let's see what will happen if I pass random state is equals to 42 as one of my input. You can set any value here. You can set 100, 101, or you can set any random state here. So what will happen? Now the random state is 42. Let's run this cell and let's run the data. Now you can see that it is minus 0.138. So it is minus 0.138. Let's run this again and see the data. So you can see that every time I run this, I am getting the same value of a data, and this is possible because I have passing a random state is equals to 42. So this is very, very important. If you want to get the same data points for each run, then you have to pass the random state. Okay, now let's go back to our problem. So we want to generate 1000 sample, and the number of features are 3, and all features are informative. There is no redundant feature or no unimportant feature. So we have passed random state is equals to 32 or 42. So in that case, if I run this cell, I will get the same number of samples every time. Let's see the type of a data here. So if I want to see the type of a data, so the type of a data is a tuple. So we have learned about tuple in our section of introduction to a Python crash course or a Python crash course. So that was a topic, that was a special data structure which we have learned. So this is a tuple. Now, what kind of tuple is, let's see the length of a data. So here, if I want to see the length of a data, so it is very important. So the length of data is only 2. Now, what is happening here? The number of samples are 1000, the features are 3, but the length of data is 2, which is a tuple. Now, in order to understand this, we need to see the data. If we want to see the data, in that case, we will understand why its length is 2. So this is our data. So if we see a data, it is a tuple. This is the first value of a tuple. What is this? This is our features. And you can see from this, these are the value of target. So basically, the length of this tuple is 2 because it has a features value in the array in the form of numpy array, and it has a target value in the form of numpy array. So these features and these targets are packed together in a tuple. That's why the type of a data is tuple, and it has a 2 length. The first length is about the feature. So this is the first element of a tuple. And from here, the second element of tuple has started. So that's why the length of this tuple is 2. Now, from this data, which is in the form of tuple, and it has length equals to 2 because it has 2 elements. The first element is a feature, and second element is our target values. Now we need to extract X and we need to extract Y. That is, we need to extract the features and we need to extract Y. So features are present as a first element. And since index in Python start from 0, therefore, in order to get the features, we need to put data with index equals to 0. So if I run this cell, I will be able to extract X, and the labels or target are present as a second element in this tuple. Therefore, in order to extract the value of Y, I need to pass an index 1 for the data. Let's run this cell, and let's run this cell to shape. Now we can see the shape of our feature. The shape is 1000 by 3, which is in accordance with our data. So here we enter number of samples is equals to 1000. Number of features are equals to 3. And we can see here, after extracting the value of X, we have our 1000 samples and we have 3 features. So we can also confirm it if we want to see our features which are represented by X. So we can see that there should be 1000 samples and we should have 3 features. So here we can see we have 3 features and we have 1000 samples here, which is verified using a command x.shape. So what we have done till now, it is very important to revise or recall. We have imported the libraries. We have generated our own dataset using scikit-learn. We did not import any dataset from our folder. We have generated our own dataset using a function make regression. We pass 1000 sample and we need 3 features. Then the data obtained was in the form of a tuple which have 2 elements. The first element are the features of the dataset, and the second element are the labels or the target of a dataset. So now, in order to extract those targets and those features, I have to pass index 0 in our data to get the features, and I have to pass index 1 in our data to get the labels. So here I confirm the shape of my features, which is 1000 by 3, and here we can see that we have 3 features. So I hope you understood this part of the project 2. This project 2 is continue, and I will continue this project in the next video. See you there.